Hello children, welcome to 8th social class. Children, in the last class we started the topic atmosphere. In atmosphere we have seen the important that how atmosphere is important for the existence of all living being. Living being in the sense it is not only a human being like us but also animal, plant which also support the existence because of the atmosphere. And there we have seen the composition or the component which is existed in the atmosphere, such as the nitrogen, oxygen, then carbon dioxide, argon, all such gases, the percentage of these gases which is available in the atmosphere. Then we have seen the layer of the atmosphere such as troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere, which are the layer of the atmosphere. There we have seen stratosphere, which consisted the ozone layer. Or what is the importance of a ozone layer? If we ask, we can say that ozone layer which protect the ultraviolet rays from the sun and which will give the safest rays to us. So that was the importance of a ozone layer. Then we also learned a temperature. What is the temperature? Temperature is nothing but that we receive the solar energy from the sun to the earth. That is the temperature. And we also learned the term called insolation. Insolation is nothing but incoming solar radiation from the sun to earth. It is a incoming solar radiation from sun to earth. And we also referred instrument which refer the temperature is called thermometer. Then the two type of thermometer are centigrade and Fahrenheit are the important thermometer used to measure the atmospheric pressure, not a body temperature I am telling, atmospheric pressure. Okay. Then we have seen, now we are going to see the classification of these temperature on the earth. Is it clear children? We are going to learn that how the temperature are divided on the earth. Okay. So like if it is the earth, assume it as the earth, where we have seen this is the longitude and this is the latitude. Longitude and latitude, we know what is the equator. Equator is the middle layer or the middle line on the earth. Okay. These are the terms which we learned in the first class. Now let's see that the entire earth, which was how the temperature was divided on the earth. So the pole, which we call it as a fifth zone, and the second layer which was the temperate zone, and the middle zone was called as a torrid zone. Okay. So these are the three the division or way we can classify the temperature zone on the earth, like torrid zone, temperate zone and frit zone. Then what is the torrid zone? The torrid zone, it is a zone of the high temperature. So torrid zone, we can see that it is a very most high temperature zone, and this region lies between Tropic of Cancer. So I told you to remember the latitude longitude lines so that you can better understand that this region lies between Tropic of Cancer, which comes in 23.5 degree north, and Tropic of Cancer 23.5 degree in the south. So you know that how the lines are divided both in north and south. So Tropic of Cancer in south and Tropic of Cancer in north and Tropic of Capricorn in a south, where the torrid zone lies. These zones receive direct rays from the sun. Is it clear? So these zones which directly receive the sunrise directly. So the middle zone, which is called as a high temperate zone. Then second one is temperate zone. The temperature is neither very hot nor cold in this region. This region lies between 23.5 degree north to 66.5 north. So the lies between 23.5 degree north and 66 degree and half in north, which is called as a Tropic of Cancer to Arctic Circle. Arctic Circle lies between 66 and half and Tropic of Cancer is 23 and half. Okay. And again, see again inverse, 23 degree and half in south to 66 and half in south, which is Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle, where this zone is called as a temperate zone. Children, before learning this, I want you to read this. See, latitude lines of your first chapter of Earth. I hope you can see this in page number 166. That page you will read. After reading this torrid zone and temperature zone which are shown in this slide, you see, so that you can understand. Okay children, then the next one is frigid zone. So as its name it says, frigid zone, these are the coldest region. Okay, these are found between 66 and half degree north, which is Arctic Circle, to 90 degree north, which is North Pole, topmost North Pole, and 66 half in south, which is Antarctic Circle, to 90 degree South Pole. Because of that, it is called as a frigid zone. Due to slanting rays of the sun, the temperature is very low here. Slanting in the sense, see, in the torrid zone we are getting direct sunrise, so that it is very high. Whereas here slanting in the sense cross, not straight, so that sunrise doesn't fall on it, on that particular line. So that was very cold. Due to slanting rays of the sun, the temperature is very low here. In summer temperature is very slanty, high, and in the winter temperature is very low. Is it clear? Because of that we will classify it as a frigid zone. Then what is isotherm? This is a one mark question children. Isotherm is an imaginary line connecting the places having same temperature are called isotherm. One mark question. Isotherm is an imaginary line connecting the places having the same temperature are called isotherm. These are drawn on the globe or a map to show the distribution of a temperature of a region. See here you can see. Okay, see these are the imaginary lines which is called as a isotherm. Okay, but where the isotherms are drawn children, it was drawn either on the map or on a globe to locate a places which was having a same temperature. Example you may take as a Udupi Mangalore, which comes in the same line when you show it on a globe or a map. So there we can draw the isotherm, because what hotness we feel here, the same we can feel it in a Mangalore. That was called as a isotherm. Very important one mark question. Okay. Then the places of height and lowest temperature. The places of highest and lowest temperature. This is in your textbook within a bracket. See, the Al Jazeera of Libya in Africa has recorded the highest temperature, which is average 58 degree, whereas Verona of Sabria has recorded the lowest temperature, which is 28 degrees. See, look at here the comparison. 58 and where about 28. Then in India, Ganganagar of Rajasthan recorded the highest temperature. Average is 54. And in summer, the Leh of Jammu Kashmir recorded lowest temperature, average 10 degree in winter. See children, with this it is clear that all the places on earth which receive high temperature as well as the low temperature, because see, you leave other country, you take a record of India only. In India during the summer time, Rajasthan, Ganganagar of Rajasthan during the summer, which has recorded in India only, it has recorded 54 degree temperature. Whereas in winter the temperature is very low. Temperature is very low in the sense the hotness which we receive from the sun, it is very low. That was recorded in Jammu Kashmir, which is 10 degree Celsius. So the temperature, high temperature as well as the low temperature that we record in India itself. We need not to go to other place as an example. In India only we can see the both highest as well as the lowest temperature. Then Vostok of Antarctica is considered as the coldest place where the average temperature is 89 degree on the earth, which is the coldest place in our entire globe. Okay. Then the next is atmospheric pressure. What do you mean by atmospheric pressure? You may heard today pressure is very high, pressure is low, so that we are getting a rain. Such kind of words you may heard. Okay. So what do you mean by that pressure? Recently in last week we are getting rain as a rainy time. How? Why it is? Because of the causes of a pressure. What do you mean by pressure? So pressure, air pressure, atmospheric pressure we refer to air pressure which is measured by an instrument called barometer. First, one more question you have to remember, what is barometer or which is the instrument which record the air pressure. There we are referred as a barometer. The pressure is measured in millibar, MB. So we will record or we will consider or we will measure it with the help of a barometer, and barometer show the air pressure in term of a millibar. In short form it is the MB. The average air pressure of the atmosphere at sea level is 1030.25. Okay, that was the air pressure which was recorded. Then atmospheric pressure. The atmospheric pressure is influenced by following factors. So what are the causes for the atmospheric pressure? So atmospheric pressure are influenced by temperature, rotation of the earth, then altitude from the sea level and water evaporate. So we have seen what is the temperature, right? And here a temperature is one of the causes or one of the reasons which bring atmospheric pressure. Okay, which are the factor to mark? The factor which influence the atmospheric pressure are temperature, rotation of the earth, altitude from the sea level and water evaporate. Okay, then see how the pressure is related with temperature. We have seen that temperature is one of the causes of a air pressure. So practically we are seeing that how a temperature bring a air pressure. So in this picture water is boiling here. Okay, in this picture children, in the first picture where water is boiling, okay, whereas in the second picture the water is evaporating. Can you see here? Can you see in the first picture where the water is boiling because of the temperature, and in the second picture where the water is evaporating. So what is boiling of water? Why does the water boil? Okay, that comes in your mind. Okay, why the water is boiling? Because of the flame. Okay, the flame here represent a sun rays which we receive. And why do the evaporator moves upward? See, it is common. Why the water is boiling, children? Because of the temperature which it receives. Okay, and here why the whatever boiled here, it was getting evaporated. What make it to evaporate? The two things comes to your mind. Okay, simply here what we are learning, children, here we are learning here the temperature is one of the cause of a air pressure. Okay, so there we have given these two reasons. So here, okay, let's come here. What is the boiling of a water? Why does it boil? Okay, when the vessels with water is heated, the water molecules in the bottom of a vessel get heated and lose their weight and thus again gain light weight. Is it clear? See, now you can see here water molecules which which are nothing but the bubble, which are presented in the bottom of a vessel. Because of heating the vessel along with the water, the molecules of a water which will lose its weight, okay, which will lose its weight, and because of the low weight, it will come and store on the top of the vessel. Okay. Now the lightweight water molecules move upward because of losing waves. Here you can observe, children, because of the heat, the molecules as lose their weight, and from down to it will move to up. Okay, which have weight in the top of the vessel move up downward. So that what will happen when these molecules reach up, whatever bubble or whatever molecules which presented on a top, which will comes down. Okay, vice versa, which was down, which will come up, and which is up, and which will come down. Okay, the cold water molecules which have weight in the top of the vessel move downward. As this process goes on continuously, the water molecules keep on moving upward and downward. This is called boiling of a water. Is it clear? What is the boiling of a water? Whatever molecules. Okay, now imagine in your mind that in an empty vessel, okay, in an empty vessel, you will pour a water. Okay, when you are pouring a water, it contains lot of molecules. Okay, all the molecules are the same weight. Okay, all the molecules are the same weight, and when you started to heat that vessel, because of the temperature, the molecules which was on the down or on the bottom of a vessel, it started to lose the weight. Okay, because of losing weight, that less weight molecules will reach up. Okay, and on the top of the vessel, few of the molecule will remain, that as a weight, and that will come down. Okay, and again when it will boil up, it will reach up. So going up and down, again up to down, that movement of a molecules was called as a boiling of a water. Is it clear? Then your second question is that why that water, boiled water, evaporate? See, why does the water evaporate, move upward? So when the water turn into evaporate, the water molecules in the evaporate get scattered and became less dense than the dense of air outside. So the move upward. So is it clear? So whatever molecules which presented on the top of the vessel, when the temperature gets end, it will scatter. Scatter in the sense spread from here to there. See, when the water turn into evaporate, the water molecules in that evaporate get scattered and become less dense than the dense of air outside. So they move upward. So when they scattered, whatever air present in that molecules, that will come up. So it will take as a high movement of a evapor. Is it clear, children? So now the right question is that how is the pressure related to temperature? How is the pressure related to the temperature? When an object is heated, then the molecules of that object scattered or expand and have less dense and thus lose their weight. Is it clear? Now, what we have seen the example that in a one vessel we started to boil the water. Because of that boiling, the molecule will lose its weight and it will reach up. Okay, and when it will scatter or it will clash each other, that molecules, it will scatter. When it will scatter, whatever air pressure in it present, it will come out and it will take a form of a evaporation. So that was given related to the as a glow. So here also same, the light molecules move upward in the place of low pressure which is created. In the same way, when the air atmosphere gets heated by the temperature of the sunlight, the low pressure are created. Therefore, near the equator, the pressure is will be low, and the polar region the pressure will be very high. The same here also same. When you see, when the earth receive the sunrise directly, whatever molecules present on the earth, it will reach up, and whatever molecules on the top of the earth which will comes down. Okay, so that is called as the air pressure. See here the same given. Then the place of expand lose their weight. The lightweight molecules moves upward. Then in the place of low pressure is created. When the molecules reach upward, okay children, assume when the molecules moves upward, the existed molecules which become empty, or the place of that molecule will become empty when it moves upward. Okay, now example, you are sitting here children, and when you are shifted another side, this place will remain as empty, correct? So when that molecules will come up because of the pressure, then this place remain empty. Okay, then in that place the low pressure will be created. Okay, when it was moved to upward because of the high temperature, then the high temperature is created. Okay, the empty place created low pressure, and the received place which received the high temperature. So you have to keep it in your mind. When the molecules moves upward as per the sunrise, when it receive highwards, or when it reach upwards, that place receive high temperature, and that empty place made by molecules that receive the low pressure. Is it clear? You remember the term like that in shortcut, then you will remember. Okay. See, the atmospheric pressure decrease with the increase in altitude from the earth's surface. The amount of increase is about 34 mV per every 300 meter altitude. Okay. So the major pressure belt of the earth, they are, so on the earth, which are the major pressure belt? There are 7 pressure belts in the world. They are the equatorial low pressure belt, the north subtropical high pressure belt, the south subtropical high pressure belt, then the north subpolar low pressure belt, then the south subpolar low pressure belt, north polar high pressure belt, south polar high pressure belt. These are the 7 divisions on the earth we can see as per the division of the atmospheric pressure. Okay, the equatorial low pressure region. Here you can see children, few of the equatorial low pressure belt is given in a red. Okay, why it is so? The equatorial low pressure belt region, this region is very warm and hot. Clear? That is why it has marked in a red, which represent very hot, and it get direct sunrise on the sun almost throughout the year. See, every 365 days also it receives the same temperature. Hence this is called little wind. Sorry, hence there is a little bit of a wind you can feel there. Because of this, it is calm region. So this is known as a doldrum, means the belt of calm. This region is also called intertropical convergence zone because of the trade winds converge here. What is doldrum? Doldrum is a calm region. See, calm region, or where the wind is very low, so it is called as a doldrum, or you can write even like this. This region is always very warm and hot as it gets direct rays of the sun and almost throughout the year. Hence there is a little wind, and also because of it is calm region, so it is known as a doldrum. Okay, children, there are few other things that we are going to see in the next class. Okay children, so I don't want to do more so that you get confused. So whatever we thought that is short and clean and neat, so you read the textbook along with the explanation so that it will be clear. So children, if you feel this is difficult, as this is little bit difficult, So that what you have to do every day, what we teach, that you have to revise and you have to read, so that it will be clear to you. If you keep it for tomorrow, it will remain as it is difficult. So read every day and make the topic easier. Okay children, I will meet you in the next class with the same continuation of explanation children. Till then, read well, take care.